Please leave a message after the tone.
You got 7 questions due. Your life is going down the tubes. What do you do when you need advice? I swear it gets good. Good night.
What am I fighting for?
So turn down the lights, pick up the phone and leave a message for the new crowd.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan After Dark.
My wife was napping downstairs earlier. I don't know if she's up now, but I just didn't want to do it too loud.
Oh, there you go.
But it helps for syncing up my voice when I put the video version together.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. I'm your host, Caleb Schweiss.
I'm Joe.
I'm Zach.
May 4.
And today, guys, we're going to be winging it. Oh, was I
Saying
not
the
supposed
quiet
to say
part out
that?
loud, huh?
Yeah, I was going to say, was I not supposed to say that? We're waiting on some people. Zach's got some...
One person.
Yeah, we're waiting on Zach right now.
Happy holidays, bitches.
I got a
Wait, are we waiting on
4-hour...
Zach? Wait.
2 games.
Yeah, I got
Oh, okay. I think I meant for questions. I'm like...
No, I got a 4-hour game for you, Zach. And I spent 4 hours, and I did the shooting range, and that was optional. It was not... Don't do it. The game's not good, so...
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Bad Boys is listed at
that's what I
2.5
heard.
hours on how long to beat.
Yeah, I wasn't very good at it.
Yeah.
Great. I'm excited for my hell.
Yeah, don't stream it, and I think the interruption was part of it, but also... I don't know. There was something about like the way the game played that kind of hurt me. Like the physically to shoot was weird, and then like the way the game controls is, it's even clunkier than Bounty Hunter. I think.
Ooh. That's bad.
That is saying a lot of things that are good.
If that is
it
true,
clunkier than Hooters?
I want Jake to know with the bottom of my heart, go fuck yourself for choosing such a terrible game.
I don't think.
I was going to say, is Jake is he the one that nominated that?
Jake Hoolihan, I think, but
Jake Julian.
yeah, we'll fully name him.
I thought it was Houlihan.
Fully name her.
Yeah, Jake Hoolihan, 2893 North, 600 West. Go get him. No,
Didn't say the city.
I hope that's not his address. I'm pretty sure.
Swat his ass.
What if it was though? Like the
Yeah, that's kind of douchey, bro.
I mean, that'd be pretty crazy. But it's not good. But I did it, and I did Parasite Eve 3, which is I think who's that one? That's Joe and
That's me and A4.
And me.
I think.
Isn't that the one that like all three of you were playing? Because like
Yeah, it's all three of us because it's two different. It won 2 different rounds of the vote,
that's right. I was like, why did I do that?
and there was overlap.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity for Resident Evil Outbreak. By the way, guys, you've really fucked that up. We could have done that, but instead we're gonna get a twofer.
Yeah.
Honestly, in that case, you should have picked the second runner-up.
I was thinking that, but I let Joe have his way.
Zach,
never
you
let
say you
Joe
have a
have his
headset
way.
on. You say you have a headset on, but it really sounds like the microphone's like 9 feet away from you.
It's not. It's here.
Okay, I don't believe it.
I think you're using your computer, Mike.
It does sound like it. I can hear every echo in every crevice of that room.
Because you moved it closer to you, and it sounded the
Yeah,
same.
you moved the mic. And it didn't
Oh no.
I'm suspicious.
It's all right. It's all right, Zach. You could just do that for a minute.
It won't let
everybody
me
playing?
change it.
It doesn't like your new headset.
Schweiss, did you put our scores and our games beaten into that stuff? Because I don't have access to that Gmail account.
I didn't for last time, but every other time that I was gone, I did. So I'll put those in.
Because I sent you the Stray scores.
Yeah, that's the one I didn't put in, the Stray episode. So everything else is in there though. So I got it.
Well, what have you been playing?
Uh,
Slacker.
Yeah.
Not being on the show for 2 weeks.
I know. I love it.
Loving
It's
your
like
family.
I can only do it on Thursday because I have to work Wednesday. And then it's like, oh, okay.
And you still
guys are like,
fucking miss.
just kidding. We're doing Wednesday. Fuck that. That was one of them. You guys are like, Wednesday works better for me. All right, let's do Wednesday. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm not there.
It's because we had a review to do, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it is the reviewers that get to decide that. But.
You're the one who wants to finish up all the damn reviews so fucking fast. And you're like, oh, we got Parasite Eve. And
He's not the only one.
Bad Boys. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who
wanna
enjoys the process of finishing up this podcast?
Games are
get the
just too
short
hard
games out
for
of the
Joe,
way.
bro. They're just too hard for Joe.
That's the part that we enjoy is finishing it up. No. It's hard because it's so broad. And there's like, it's almost like there's no, you can't map out a goal when it's so wide open, you know? It's like there's no like end.
Are you talking about your wife? Or?
No. There's no end to the show unless we make an end. But like that's why I like projects like Ultima a lot, where it's like we know what's ahead of us and then we know when it's done.
There's a sort of a defined list.
Yeah, rather than an arbitrary list that we make. So it's not that I'm done and I don't like the process; it's that I don't have time anymore.
Right.
It's
Understandable.
fucking rocking my world.
Although I will say there was just no list before on Noon Clan. It was just reviewing whatever games tickled your fancy or whatever people nominated.
That's true.
But now there is like a hard list of like what we have left to do. Although yes, it is very broad and it is very eclectic in its cornucopia of choices.
Yeah, too many choices.
At least 5 of them are Zelda.
Which is good because you guys wanted to do that Zelda podcast in the first place. So
That's true.
Yeah,
That is true. We'll be getting a taste of that.
Yeah.
We'll know exactly what we think of all those. What have you been playing, Schweiss? Anything?
Okay, so I did God of War. I was playing on Hurt Me Plenty, I think, or whatever, which is like hard. And I got to the first Draugr nest, and I spent like 2 hours on it. And I was like, dude, what am I doing? Like this, like 2 hours for a little fight. And I said, fuck it, dude. I'm turning this shit down to normal. And I turned it down to normal, and I like wiped the floor with it. And like, you know, I just spent 2 hours on something that should have been like less than 3 minutes.
right.
And it's not, I don't know. I'm in this weird phase where if there's a trophy for it, fine. I can justify grinding my fucking soul away. But when there's not, and it takes forever, like, what's the point? Like, there's no, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just a bitch now, but there's no fucking point to doing it. And so I just turned it down, and I started playing the game, and I'm like, oh, this game's great. But then I realized, in conjunction with Joe, because his game plan, my game plan was God of War Ragnarok, Kingdom Hearts. Joe's game plan is Kingdom Hearts, God of War Ragnarok. And I realized, okay, so if I finish God of War Ragnarok, A4 is like months away from even starting the fucking thing. And Zach, I don't even know what Zach is doing. He can't play games right now anyway. So if I beat Ragnarok and Joe beats Kingdom Hearts, then we get nothing out of it. If I fucking put Ragnarok on hold and do Kingdom Hearts with Joe, at least we can review Kingdom Hearts. And so I didn't, but I didn't do that in the end because I can't remember what happened. I was trying to update my PlayStation, change it to Ultima's streaming thing. And I got the password, and I put the password in to, like, you know, log back in and attach to my PS5 because I was attached to the Nude Clan one. And the password's wrong, the first one. And I'm like, that's bullshit. It just sent it to me. And it kept saying, nope, that's not wrong. Right. You want to resend it? And so I said, yeah, fine. Resend the code. And I resent it. And it never came. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, fuck, I can't play this tonight then. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll just watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because my wife doesn't care to watch it. And I kind of want to. So I guess I'll just spend 3 hours on this instead. So I played that movie.
It is better.
It's pretty good.
It is better than Kingdom Hearts.
Did you get the achievement for doing the part when he gets to the part where he points at the screen? You also point at the screen?
Yes. Yeah. That was enjoyable.
On the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood Kingdom Hearts ranking, I definitely put Once Upon a Time in Hollywood at the top,
Yeah.
and then a very distant second, Kingdom Hearts.
You
Yeah.
are crazy.
I thought it was pretty awesome.
Fucking
Yeah,
Quentin
it's a
Tarantino
sweet
wishes
movie.
he could write something as fucking insanely good as Kingdom Hearts 1. Come on. You see how big Sora's feet are? It's practically a Tarantino movie.
That's what
Yeah.
A4 said while popping a zit with one hand and masturbating furiously with the other.
What does that even mean? Someone in the Discord said something earlier about like on the Discord about like, oh, you would have thought that movie was great if there was like a furry porn poster in the background, and I'm like, what does that even
He's not
approach
wrong,
meaning?
bro. You're fucking disgusting.
No, you have to explain what that even you have to explain what that even approaches meaning for me to understand why that's an insult.
Because you're a furry. Like, you
But
all
I'm
fucking
not.
know what you are.
Prove I'm a furry.
Bro, I can't get it to switch to this. I don't know what's going on. I don't use
prove,
this
prove
computer.
I'm a furry.
That's all right. You'll just
Normal until
sound
proven furry, I always
I'm
say.
sorry.
you'll just sound way worse than everybody else.
That's okay. That's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, just project,
Yeah.
project
Give me a
like
sec.
your dog just did.
So
That's the problem.
This is going great.
I love turning off the camera, but not turning off the mic to hide whatever's going on. We can hear everything you're saying, Zach.
No,
so
we just need to
So Zach is playing technical difficulties this week.
Yes, yeah. Zach is playing.
Listen, it's been in for
chit-chat.
before, so I don't want to fucking hear it. Hey, let's try the headset.
A4.
Yeah.
A4. What have you been playing?
Mostly just Spider-Man. Just knocking out side quests and going through that.
what
I
about
think the
God of War?
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
yeah, we can hear you.
Does it sound better?
You sound like you're on a phone.
louder.
Okay, I switched headsets.
Okay.
You sound a little better
yeah,
now.
this one works. The other
Okay,
headset
perfect.
doesn't
Thank you.
work. Apologize.
You're welcome.
Sorry, guys.
Because like I know what's probably going on his end, but yeah,
Sorry for the technical difficulties, you cunts. You don't pay me enough for this. So anyway,
we don't pay at all. No, you were talking about Schweiss, you were talking about God of War. I did play a little bit of God of War 1 again, specifically the Challenge of the Gods,
Oh yeah.
which goes to prove that combat system is not as good as they think it is.
Oh
Not
please.
nearly. That thing, dude, fuck that whole...
from the man who thinks a honey pop is game of the year, I don't want to hear
man
shit about gameplay from
I
you.
don't even think game of the year 2015 personally for me was Honey Pop. I think it was Bloodborne, but that's beside the point.
Bloodborne. I mean, everyone but Joe has actually played that game, and that game is
Fuck off.
Anyway, Schweiss, those last two challenges on that fucking Challenge of the Gods can suck my fucking dick.
Is
dude.
it like the vase one or what? The
the
hyper
vase one's dude? They were all
best
like
sex mini game. You couldn't beat it.
they were all somewhat manageable until the last two. The last two, I'm trying to think of what the ninth one was, because the 10th one is where I just had a horribly frustrating amount of time.
It was like
That's the one
you
where
can't get hit or something.
Okay,
I just
think-
feel like that was karma for every time we've had to deal with you being unmanageable.
I think the ninth
was
one
all
was
in the
not to
gameplay.
get hit, which is bullshit because I'm like dodging
Not
with
good.
the right stick. I don't know if it gives you iframes or not. And also, none of those fucking like Legionnaire enemies telegraph their attacks at all, except for the one where they do a big overhead swing and their sword turns blue. But every other attack, it's just like I would just get hit because he like pushed his sword 3 inches forward.
Oh, so
And it's
he,
like,
he
oh, you got
attacked you like he's supposed to do, and you're like,
Yeah, but there's no like
I
wind
wasn't
up or
good at
anything.
blocking.
Like,
Ah.
no. It's like visually you can't even tell he's attacking, and I'm like, why did I lose there?
You
And
just
it's like,
gotta
because his attack
you
animation.
just gotta rip them apart, man. That's all it is.
Spider-Man has.
No. This is
hurt
God of
you.
War. This is God of War.
I know. I'm saying Spider-Man is like, it's spoiled you.
Yeah, because it's a good game.
sense.
Because it's a good game. Because it's like
So
a
is
game
God
that was
of
made
War.
by people that know how to make video games,
Look,
action video games.
I think that game. I think God of War got like Game of the Year
Fucking
when it came
Joe's
out.
face. Joe's face when A4 said shit like that. Is he just
So the 10th challenge twice, where you are on a tiny little platform with 2 satyrs and a bunch of those little baby Cerberuses, and when you
Cerberus.
kill Cerberus.
Cerberus.
And when you kill them, the platform slowly rises up so that you can eventually get to the platform at the top, which you have to reach to win, right?
Yes.
Except the problem is the satyrs can seemingly guard forever, and also the platform is very tiny and doesn't have any like edge properties, like in terms of like if you go up near it, you'll just fall off immediately. So they can push you off because they have about a 45 hit attack string that they just do for fun whenever they want. Oh, and my other favorite part of God of War is getting hit by Kratos.
We're not reviewing it.
I'm reviewing it right now.
We are,
When Kratos gets hit, it apparently causes gravity on him to be multiplied by about 48%, because when you get hit, you just slam to the fucking ground. Or if you're off of a platform per se, you just immediately fall and lose the challenge. When you get hit by anything.
Imagine
Because that's how
being
physics
for
works.
not playing games in their peak.
When I'm
And
jumping,
playing them when baby mode near Automata lets you do like the baby mode, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a real gamer, but I'm gonna play baby mode Automata."
I love when I'm jumping in the air and I get hit with an arrow and I'm immediately sent downward with the force of the gravity of fucking Neptune.
Yeah,
Or,
that's true.
It's not Neptune in that game. You're actually fighting the Greek gods, not the Romans.
No,
So I
Neptune's
think it's
gravity would be
Poseidon,
way
right?
lower.
Yeah, you
I meant to say
fucking
like the
idiot,
sun, but yeah.
Moron.
No, yeah, that challenge, those challenges, I beat them. I got the alternate costumes, but the whole time I'm sitting there trying to do that 9th and 10th challenge, going like, these guys did not make a combat system that can handle these challenges. No, sirree, this is not God of War, or no,
Well,
this
you
is
did
not
it,
Devil May
so
Cry.
clearly.
This is not Devil May Cry 1.
Look,
even.
I think God of War is definitely better than Devil May Cry. And
Yeah,
the
you also
big-
think DMC is better than Devil May Cry, and you're also wrong on
It
that.
is. but
DMC's fantastic, bro.
It's a better
What are you
game.
talking
We'll let the fans have their way with you later.
But I think
The
God of War.
fans,
I think God of War is better than Devil May Cry because it has a way better story and a way cooler character. The combat.
Dad, you're also incorrect on both of those.
No, come on.
Yes.
I played
Yes.
Devil May
Well,
Cry
we-
1 and 2, and Devil May Cry 2 sucks. All right.
Okay, Devil May Cry 2 sucks.
Devil May Cry 2 is
1 is very
worse.
old. Devil May Cry 3 and onwards, you're just dead ass wrong.
Devil May Cry 2 is worse than any God of War game.
I believe you,
easily.
because Devil May Cry 2 is like the worst one in the series. But
God of War-
Devil May Cry,
Can this episode be titled A4 May Cry and have him like little Dante hair just tears?
all right, hold on. I'm
Like
putting
the
it on the, I'm
angry,
putting
like
on
the
the word.
angry gamer, like the angry like meme face.
God of War. God of War.
A4 May Cry 2,
Devil
it's perfect.
May Cry. The A4 May Cry 3.
I mean-
A4's Awakening.
Even God of War, even God of War 2018 is better than Devil May Cry 5. Easily.
You're insane.
Devil May Cry 5.
No, he's
You
right, and I love Devil May Cry 5 is great.
It's got
I
great
really
combat.
enjoyed it.
Like, don't get me wrong.
It's fun.
It's more of an action game.
But
God
I
of
mean, to
War
say,
is-
yeah, but that's what you're comparing. You're comparing an action game to an RPG, and it just doesn't. I don't think that's very fair,
Yeah.
honestly, because God
Joe's
of War
making a
is
jerk off
2018.
motion, which isn't fair because I don't think he could beat any of these.
Joe's
games.
just getting practice when another date goes bad. It's fine.
Joe would get his shit kicked in by the first level of Devil May Cry 3.
I didn't finish 3. I
Good
don't
thing
think
I've
I
never
played
played it
very
in
much,
my
though.
life.
I think I have 3 on my PS4.
I stopped playing it because I hated 2, and I was like, "Okay, I can't do this."
I
again.
wanted 2 on my
play
Switch.
play 3,
so-
play 3, 4, and 5. They're great.
I played 5.
We reviewed 5.
Yeah, we reviewed 5. Me and Craig.
I didn't know if that was an Uber review or not, but
Pretty
yeah,
sure I
3
was
is
there
great.
too, wasn't I?
I rented it from Redbox. You might have been. I don't know. I can't remember if that
That's
was.
That's a very old statement choice.
3 is also crazy because it holds up pretty well despite being like way older, like a 2005 game. Which
Yeah.
that's why I was comparing God of War to Devil May Cry 3 because they came
Well,
out the same year. One of
yeah.
those is good and one of those is God of War.
At
but-
the time, I was a homeless person, homeless child, I guess. And the guy, there was a dude at the shelter I was in that had a PS2, and he had Devil May Cry 3 and Resident Evil 4, and I only played one of those games, and it was Resident Evil 4.
And you played the better game, which was Resident
Yeah.
Evil 4.
I loved it. I know Joe has he can't handle the stop and shoot,
I hate it. I hate it.
but I fucking
Even back
loved
when
that
it was
thing.
newer.
I hate. You
Still
know what,
hated
Joe?
it.
Honestly, I hated it too until I was baptized in Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, just
My-
play.
I do-
Oh,
I
you've
do
seen
want to
the-
revisit. I do want to
I
revisit
love
Resident Evil 4 before the
so
remake comes
good.
out.
Dude, the remake's gonna be fucking awesome, dude. Like,
The
it's gonna be
remake's coming
more
out, like-
horror. I'm down for it.
The remake's
April,
coming out
isn't
like
it?
what?
April or March,
early,
right?
Early next year. or
Yeah,
something.
it's early. Yeah. I got to buy that too. Oh, speaking of Joe, I got a copy of 16 for you. So I got to tell you, yeah, I not intentionally, but I had no choice at the end. So I got in. I set an alarm for myself for when they were releasing the Mega Cock edition of 16, right?
With the huge fucking statue.
Yeah, with the statue and all the cool shit that I shouldn't buy, but I'm going to. But
I mean, Final Fantasy 16 only comes out once in a lifetime.
That's
so.
right. Yeah, it better.
Yeah,
After
just like Final Fantasy 7, once in a lifetime.
Final Fantasy 16 remake 20 years down the road.
Just like Final Fantasy 15 comes out once in a lifetime. No, we don't talk about Pocket Edition, but I mean...
Yeah. So I had in my cart, so I had a cart on the Square Enix store, and stupidly... I had the fucking... It was back when I thought we were going to play the Crisis Core thing, because I thought you would mention that to me, and I was like, really? Maybe I was imagining it. I was like, you of all people, really? Crisis Core? And I was like, all right. So I threw it in my cart, ready to buy it, and then I was like, hey, are we doing this thing? And you're like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? We don't play those. And I was like, oh, okay. For some reason, I just thought, like, I had some memory of you being like, oh, this one's a little too different to leave. And I was like, well, that sucks, because I didn't want to play it.
No, that's what everyone else was saying except for me.
And so I had it in my cart, and I was like, oh, okay, I won't buy it. But I'll probably get it later, so I just left it in there. And I also, the day that 16 pre-orders were up, I put a deluxe edition with, like, the steelbook, and it looks pretty sweet. I put that in my cart, and I was like, I could take it out later when I get the big edition. Because I was looking online, I was like, where's the big boy one? Like, they got to have a big boy one. They got to rip me off, right? And so they were like, oh, it's coming out in 4 or 5 days. And so I set my alarm for that. And I was supposed to come into work early. And I like get in the car. And as I get in the car, the alarm goes off. And I look down and it's FF16. I was like, fuck. And so I jump in on the store. I check the store, it's the same, but then when I click on one of the editions of 16, and then I go back to the drop down for the editions, then the big boy one's there. So I click on it, and I'm like, immediately, like, 2,000th in line or some shit for the store. And so I'm driving to work just with this thing in my lap, like, just getting closer and closer and closer to me getting the fucking queue. And then I get to work, and I'm, like, in the top 200 now. And so I'm like, all right, I'm not going in early. I'm going to go in last minute and be there on time, quote unquote, but not as early as I was told to be, because I got to get this fucking game. And I finally get in, and the thing is like, you have 10 minutes to access the store. And I was like, okay, cool. So I add it to my cart, and then the cart keeps fucking up like over and over. Like, it's like nothing's in your cart. You can't view your cart. Or I view it, and it just says checkout, but there's nothing there. And I'm like, oh my God, not again. Not the PS5 debacle again. Like, please. And it's like, you only have 10 minutes in this store, and it's like creeping up to 10 minutes, and I'm freaking out, refreshing the little cart thing. And then, like, for some reason, it would fucking, like, update properly as I was refreshing it. I was like, no, go back. And this happened, like, 6 fucking times. And then eventually it went through, and I was like, it told me all my cart, and it's a lot of money, dude. It's like, it's a lot. It's scary. I'm like, I don't have that money right now. So I'm like, I'm not buying it yet. But, and I go to the cart to like remove the fucking other shit that I don't need, like 16 Deluxe and fucking Crisis Core. And I can't. It won't let me get rid of shit. It like will not update. Yeah. So I'm like, I guess I'm just fucking buying all of it. So I got a hugely expensive. It's like $360 or some shit for the fucking Mega one, and I'm buying Crisis Core, and I'm buying another version of 16. I was like, oh my God! But I couldn't fucking stop
to that
it.
box.
Yeah.
Dude. Fucking
fuck. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh shit. Fucking
It was
Wait
so
till we review that Final Fantasy 16 on Ultimate Nude Clan,
yeah.
the ultimate Final Fantasy video game podcast.
So yeah,
take
there-
a week off of work to
hold on, it's fucking
thing.
telling me it's disconnected on OBS. Give me a second here.
Uh-oh.
That's
So-
old bullshit, bro. What are you doing?
So there
I
you
don't
go.
know.
The
I
game's
didn't do
yours.
shit.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
And Joe loves being the sloppy second of your choice.
I don't
He
mind.
loves it.
I don't mind at all. I don't need to know about its history.
Yeah.
Less history, more mystery. That's So I have been playing Kingdom Hearts, and that's it. That's all I've played at all during the last 6 days since we've done a podcast. So
Also, really
That's how
quick,
it is.
Roxo in the chat said twice as bad at online purchases. No, Roxo. Here's the thing: we live in an age where if you spend over $600 on PayPal or Venmo or whatever, the government knows exactly what you did and when you did it, and they know all the little details, and everything works perfectly. Meanwhile, we have shop things like this that don't they can't handle the amount of people coming in to check out for whatever the fuck. And even if it's not overloaded, stuff just doesn't work.
Honestly,
I was trying to fucking order last week I was trying to order Taco Bell, and it made me log back into my phone for Taco Bell for some reason, mid order. And then I get to checkout, and then I go to checkout, it tells me you're logged out, log back in. So I do it, and then I go to checkout again. It keeps doing the same thing over and over again until I fucking until I updated the app. But I'm just sitting here trying to hit checkout, and it's telling me to log back in and infinite loop, and I'm like, what year is it? What year is it? Is it 1993? What the fuck's going on? Nothing works anymore.
Back when you ordered things on Taco
Roxo-
Bell in 1993,
Yeah, it's
your phone.
When these shop things don't work, and that happens all the fucking time in the year of our Lord 2022,
And
it feels
fuck the future. Fuck that I don't have to go to a fucking
dude. It feels
brick-and-mortar store and
when
order.
that shit happens, it feels like I'm using the internet circa 1997. Like I should just assume that it will never work.
A4 just chucks his phone. He's like, fuck it! He grabs an axe and he goes out and just cuts a cow's head off and just starts fucking hacking away. I was like, you don't want me to have it? I'm gonna do it my fucking self.
Dude, it's fucking infuriating.
He's like,
I'm sitting in my car.
He's mixing up flour and water. Fuck it, tortillas, all of it.
ordering pesto, just fuck Taco Bell.
I'm sitting in my cold car trying to fucking order food so I can run into Walmart and get some shit and then come back out and get Taco Bell and go home. And I'm just sitting here without the car running, freezing my ass off, dealing with this fucking infinite fucking Gordian's knot spiral of fucking fake ass fucking technology problems that aren't real. Because as soon as I update the app and I log back in, it works perfectly fine. No, it works.
The Square app, I'm sure me refreshing it 1,000 times was probably hell on the server because I'm sure everybody else was doing come on, why is it not working? And so we're pinging the shit out of the poor bastard. But it is a problem. With the PS5, trying to get the PS5s, you know how fucking bad that was with Walmart? Where I got so close so many times.
Dude, I can only
Walmart
imagine.
and Target. And the night it came out, I was working and I kept getting fucked over. I had to do things at work instead of just fuck around. I had to actually do things when the time would come to check out fully, and I would just
playing hockey with the boxes, in the back room, like the post office normally does.
Yeah. I had to actually
they throw your shit. I know.
I had to actually put it where it goes. But it's and every time I would just get hosed. And then the night it came out, I almost got one 3 times from Target. I was so close. The night the PS5 came out. And you know what I told myself? That's all right. I can get it in a week or two. No, I got it a year later. I was like, what the fuck, man? I was so naive at that early stage. Oh, it's not a big deal. I'll just keep playing my PS4 that's trying to melt itself into a puddle on my fucking desk.
I can't stand fucking Resident Evil 3, and it's breathing heavy.
And I've got to play newer games than that for the show. I'm I don't think I can. This is dying.
Playing Stray on that, I thought was gonna my PlayStation was gonna end its life. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Do you know what Roxo's talking about though? I'm pretty sure he's talking about that because you shipped the PS5 to his house.
Oh, that's true. I did do that. That was dumb.
I forgot about that.
I had to pay him for shipping, so I lost money on that, Zach. Just so you know.
I didn't ship it to the wrong place. So also though, I get a message from Roxo that goes, "Hey, the PlayStation 5's here. You would have it today if Schweitz didn't fuck up." And I was like, "Thanks, dude."
Yeah, that's funny. I was worried.
Yeah, but it's go.
Dude, as soon as I saw it, though, that I got the notification that it's it's at your house. I'm talking to my boss, and I'm already on my lunch break, and I'm about to go back to work, and I was like, bro, I got a family emergency. I got to run home real quick. He's like,
dead.
yeah, man. He's like, yeah, man, take your time. So I just sped home, and I'm like, oh, my baby's here.
Yeah. My baby's waiting for me on the porch. It's cold.
Yeah. Someone left it out there.
You brought the PS5 in, you cradled it in your arms, and you're like, oh, beautiful.
I did. I tucked
what
it
if-
in, then I went back
Now,
to
what
work.
am I going to do with you?
Yeah, what
gonna
to
do?
play? Oh shit. Anyway.
Zach, what'd you play?
Yeah, what you been up to?
I played Pokemon.
Why did you look so surly before saying that?
Because he should be saying, I played Bad Boys. Or he should be saying, I played Metal Gear Solid Revengeance.
Listen,
both
what happened
games
was-
combined would be 7 hours of gameplay.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Schweiss. Schweiss went through like Metal Gear Solid at a fucking crawl since it took him 7
So-
hours.
I played on
What
normal.
happened? The only reason that I even got that gameplay in was because we went to hang out with one of our friends. Like me and Rachel went to hang out with one of our like couple friends, and they're like, "Hey, we just picked up the new Pokemon game. Do you guys want to hang out, play that, and get some like takeout?" And we're like, "Yeah." So that's why I got to play that because most of my free time has been for this painting competition that I'm doing. So it's just been
Is that what we see behind us? The Batman and Superman?
no. I'm painting a miniature.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Warhammer stuff.
Oh, it's gayer. Okay, I see.
Oh.
I haven't decided.
I don't know, man. Dark Tide looks pretty sick.
I haven't decided.
Dark Tide does look sick.
I haven't decided if LARPing or painting
But he does fuck
miniatures. Yeah, yeah,
It's LARPing.
is nerdier. It's probably LARPing because when I see
Oh, yeah.
like videos of them doing like their battle cries, I'm like, that's too much.
No.
You're talking about that
Schweiss-
famous one where she's
Schweiss-
like, magic missile, magic missile.
Magic missile. Oh, it's fireball.
def-
Fireball.
It definitely is nerdier because like the tabletop games and the Dungeons and Dragons, it's like make believe of like something more real, like real war gets funneled down into like it gets funneled down into fiction and literature, and then they take the fiction and the literature and they just like make a dumber version of it for on the tabletop, and then the LARPers are actually just taking another filter through it, and they're taking the tabletop shit, and then they are pretending
Joe,
to be. So
Joe, are you
the further
pretending that the-
down into bullshit you get, the nerdier it is.
Yeah,
Are you-
Hey, did you
Joe, are
see
you-
that like
The further away from reality.
But like so many authors play D&D.
Joe,
Like,
are you
novelists.
trying
No,
to
I'm not
claim?
saying that.
Are you?
I am saying it's.
Joe, are you
I-
trying to claim that the Battle of Helm's Deep is dumber than the Emu War that happened in Australia, which was a real war?
What do you mean by dumber? In what context are we talking?
I'm just saying you're being really elitist.
I'm
with
saying
like
no. I'm
where
saying like,
where the medium of war is.
yeah,
playing
I am
out.
being elitist.
Well, stop it.
And you-
That's
dude,
coming from me.
fucking Joe wonders why none of his dates go well. And then you get shit
Joe-
like this on the
Joe-
show.
Joe's-
And
Go,
I just don't
Joe
know.
wonders why his date doesn't go well, and it's just like, well, if you don't read books, you're
I mean-
a fucking idiot. And I'm
Well, Salami,
I mean,
you don't read
yeah.
the books I like.
yeah. No,
films are only legitimate if they're in black.
You like
I
gray
would've-
shaded films?
I
I
would've-
love black and white films. You fucking bitch.
I would
So why don't
appreciate
you-
if we had a filter of Joe's private life that he shares in the chat, not
Yeah.
go through to the show.
we can't name nicknames
very
I've
vague,
given
Joe.
to women he's asked out.
You're
That's
not
too
watching
close.
the podcast, Joe. If
were
they
very
watched
vague.
this, you never would have had a chance. You
Also-
never would have been considered for a first date.
Also,
she would have said,
to
the company you keep are conservatives, and I'm not down for this.
also to any members of the female persuasion, including trans women who want
Nope.
to date Joe in the future and are listening to this.
Not all.
This is all jokes. All of this is satire.
Yeah.
None of this is real.
Except
No.
for when Joe says something very racist, then it is very true.
What the fuck have I said? That's very racist.
Well, there was that one time, Joe, you said, and I quote, "God, I hate fucking pygmies." So yeah. Anyway, look, I'm not into Warhammer, but I don't think that it's any less legitimate than, like, I don't know, a real war.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I
I'm
love the
saving
shit,
that.
the
I'm putting it in my
shit-eating-
back pocket. It's gonna end up in a screenplay from the dumbest character.
If I can inspire the dumbest character in one of your movies, then I have lived a full life.
Look, I gotta say though, if you could do like a full on, like you could make the straight up like with Nerf and like soft weapons. If you could do like straight up ancient warfare and like you had like tactics and you had like units you'd bring in from the side as the commander, I think that'd be pretty sweet. And that would be LARPing. It'd be like people launching like.
Oh, they do that with like paintball though. Like they do this thing where they set up. They set up like World War II.
Yeah.
Now hold on. Now Schweiss, when you say tactics, does that mean like everyone moves on a grid and then like say I use Fyra and then the judge comes over on his chocobo and gives me a red card because fire moves were banned that battle?
No, I think it'd be more like you actually have to use strategy and shit in the battle to win. Like you have to flank.
Are you trying to tell me that Final Fantasy Tactics is not strategic?
No, not really. There's some. I mean, it's strategic after you lose and then you realize, oh, okay, I need to do this. And then you plan after death, but I mean, like, or like the guys that do the Civil War reenactments. I've never thought those were lame. Now I've never done one, but like I never thought
it's LARPing. It's literally LARPing.
It is. It's
LARPing,
the same thing, pretty much.
Except it's only 1 degree of separation away from the real thing.
It's a real fight.
All I'm trying to say,
no, it's like a few more than that. If you're on the Confederacy side and you're like, we got this one, boys.
And you're burning
Nothing
crosses.
in history will show
And you're
me
burning.
that we're not gonna win.
You got to burn the crosses in the black people's lawns. They're like, hey, come on! I know you guys are doing a reenactment, but give me a fucking break here.
now,
Like,
look,
wow, we're
my
making it
point-
real.
The point I was trying to make earlier is you look at some of the great wars in history, like the French-Indian War, kind of gay. Warhammer.
A4 reviews wars.
A bunch of French people fighting a bunch of naked Native Americans. That's pretty gay.
I'm gonna give the War of
French-Indian
1812 like a
What's
light
gayer
7.
than the French?
I don't know, naked
saying, I'm
Indian
just saying.
warriors.
Look, I'm just saying, French-Indian War. You have two very lame factions going up against each other. Kind of stupid. Warhammer 40K. You have religious zealots killing orcs. It's pretty metal. Pretty cool. Just saying.
Pretty metal.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
I mean, Warhammer is gay because it was invented by the British, but that's a whole nother can of worms.
That's its only flaw is the British put their grubby little hands on it and their fucked up teeth.
Yeah.
So it's just
Top
not
10
good.
gayest wars.
Top 10
Grab,
gayest
grab.
wars.
By Watch
grab the
Mojo. Yeah.
So speaking of LARPing, I would like to get a group together to like destroy some of these nerds.
I know.
Like, if we went in and just like fucked people up,
Yeah.
like just
We got to get
shielded
it.
someone in the face and just like, oh,
We got to
lift.
lift like hard for about 6 months and then go to
Get
one of
some
those.
testosterone.
Just fucking ruin these guys.
No,
I
see,
just
I could.
want to pick one person up in LARP and just break their back over my knee. Just be like, no!
Or throw
Here's
him
the
at his
thing,
throw him at his friends.
I could totally see this being like the plot to like a Sunny episode where we're all like, yeah, let's go get ripped, and then we're gonna go beat up those LARP nerds. Then we show up and they just completely wipe the floor with us anyway.
That's right. That's what would happen.
Yeah, because there's like 30 of them. So you're like, oh shit.
Magic missile. Ow, God, that was like just an actual softball with a ribbon tied to it. What the fuck?
It's like fucking lacrosse ball. Fucking
Yeah.
knocks you out. Jesus.
I used a gun spell. It's like what? He just pulls out an airsoft gun.
Great, not fucking Glock.
Yeah.
War of 1812. Super gay.
Yeah.
I said it was a light 7. Not one of the best wars, not one of the worst. It's kind of middle of the road. You know,
Not one of the worst.
Who even won
not
the
like
War
the
of
Emu War.
1812? Super gay.
The top 3 are just all the wars America's lost. Vietnam, gay,
Vietnam War.
losers.
Korean War. Super fucking gay. Korean
the
War's
Culture
still
War.
going on. Might as well be butt fucking.
Yeah.
Might as well be.
Might as well be. America.
Yeah.
Korea.
Now, hold on, Joe. That's very hateful. When I say gay, I don't mean it in the old sense of the word. When I say gay, I don't mean it in the new sense of the word, meaning homosexual. I mean it in the old sense of the word, meaning stupid. Okay. Now, please don't get that mixed up. You're gonna get us kicked off Twitch.
Ooh.
That tickled Joe a little bit. He's
Yeah, I guess I don't know how to respond to that one without doing something stupid. So. All right. We do have questions for After Dark here.
Wait,
I'll
did
let you
anyone
know.
beat a game this week?
No.
I guess
beat
not.
Pokemon.
Which Pokemon?
I'm just kidding. I did. I just wanted to see if you get mad at me.
I mean,
beat
I
the
am,
game, sorry.
but don't worry about it.
Well, you have like 4 games beaten for the
Oh,
entire
you got
year,
to
so-
take a month and a half off for your fan film. I don't want to hear it.
My
I don't want
fan
to hear
film.
a little fan film. I don't want to
No,
hear
that's
it.
what those fucking loser
wanna
film
hear-
school students do. Fuck. Oh my god.
At
I want to
least
go
they're
on a rant about that.
recognized. What are you talking about?
Recognized
Look,
by what?
Look, Joe, we all know the movie's called Chicken Coop just to disguise the fact that it's a remake of episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
All right.
I do think your masterpiece is that Brokeback Bakery movie, though.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Honestly,
I guess I'll never be able to make a
Your
movie that's
peak.
better. Ever. Yeah.
Ironically,
I'm
not very
sorry.
gay. Pretty
Goodness.
pretty
Cameron
decent
and
movie.
Schweiss in that you can feel the sexual tension, and it really just ties everything together.
Yeah, that mustache.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Mr. Smexylicious asks a question for me. Joe mentioned how he hated Daniel Craig's attempt at being American in Tomb Raider, but how do you feel about his Southern accent in Knives Out? I think his Kentucky Fried Chicken Southern accent in Knives Out is pretty good. Pretty good.
That's a good reference on your end too, because Chris Evans does call him Colonel Sanders at one point.
Oh,
So
I might be
I
like
enjoyed your
subconsciously
reference.
remembering that. But yeah, I think I love Knives Out. I haven't seen the sequel yet. And I love Daniel Craig in Knives Out. Greyog, anybody else have an opinion about Daniel Craig in Knives Out?
Nah,
I really
never saw it.
like Knives Out. Knives Out is fantastic. Ryan Johnson redeems himself from The Last Jedi
He does.
by doing this movie.
I have
And I
heard
really,
that.
I really want to see Crystal Onion or whatever it's called.
Glass
Or
Onion.
Glass Onion.
Literally
Glass
a Beatles
Onion.
song, but okay.
Because I really liked the first one, and it was a fun mystery movie. It was really, really good.
Yeah, I
And
heard
everyone in that movie was great. Every actor and actress did a fucking awesome job.
If only he did that good of a job in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's my thing with Ryan Johnson. It's like Johnson has 2 legitimate masterpieces, Looper and Knives Out. Fucking amazing movies.
I've also heard Looper's good,
And
and I've
then,
never seen it.
And then he makes
Yeah,
that,
Looper's great.
that Star Wars movie just makes me not watch
Which
Star
there are
Wars
some
anymore.
fans that'll sit there and go, "Get
Dude,
back,
yeah,
get back," and then you have to put them under the water for a little bit and baptize
Yeah.
them with their
I
sins.
do agree with Joe. Because of how bad The Last Jedi was, I never saw Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker is a hot mess.
I still haven't seen it.
Like,
I like Rise of Skywalker better than Last Jedi, but
I'm
Well,
not
yeah.
gonna
Probably like
say
it
I
better than
do
Last
not,
Jedi, but
the whole end of that movie is very disappointing. I did not appreciate the end.
I mean, I was pretty disappointed in episode 8. Like, I walked out of there and I was like, "What?"
yeah, no, me too. Me too. I was coming out of the theater. I'm like, that sucked, right? Like that wasn't good.
Yeah,
I'm not the only one, right?
I mean,
And my dad, and like my girlfriend at the time were just like, it was all right. I don't know.
your dad was your girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
Not only is he a
That's real
furry,
fucked
ladies
up.
and gentlemen, but he loves incest.
Greg
I'm just gonna let the
Yeah.
what do you call it? I'm
just let it just
just gonna let the things
That,
pile up over
you know.
time.
that stuff.
Someone's gonna hate you for something soon enough.
Hey, to quote the great JonTron, if I can't be the best, I can most certainly be the worst.
Ravenous Llama. No, Greg. We didn't get Greg's question.
Okay.
Does the shit push out the farts, or do your farts push out the shit?
it depends on if I'm fasting or not.
I want to say the shit pushes out the farts most times, but then there's times where you get those really frothy shits. They're all bubbly, and I think that's the farts doing the heavy lifting there.
Yeah, like,
We don't
You've never
get
had
enough,
one of those.
we don't get enough excrement talk on this show.
Yeah.
You've never had one of those shits that has like the consistency of the inside of a Three Musketeers bar?
I've never felt a shit of mine.
You need to go to the
You wait.
doctor.
Your asshole is that gape that you've never felt the shit touch.
I've never felt a shit with my hands.
Neither have I.
Let's wait
can
till you
feel it
have
coming
kids.
out of your butt cheeks.
But on the stream, you guys can confirm this. He put his hand up and swiveled his.
I talk with my hands. I
four
can't
fingers
count
around
it.
as if savoring something. You know,
I remember when I ate this. Yeah.
You know, I'm
that-
just saying, when you
that
think of a Three Musketeers bar, it's got like that fucking like.
consistency. Just smell it on
Yeah,
your
it's
fingers.
like whipped. It's really whipped.
After you have that Three Musketeers bar on your fingers, then you give it a nice sniff. You know.
Yeah.
Getting into some really like fecalphilia territory that I'm just not okay with. Actually,
Yeah,
this is grossing me out.
You've gotten mad at me in A4 for saying some shit, but you've topped everything we have said
One,
That is not true.
with your fecophilia.
speaking
Just
of
because
like,
my dad's fake
I've never
Italian and
talked
I
about-
adopted my dad's fake Italian things, so I talk with my fucking hands.
I've never talked about slappy hand consistency of my cum.
yeah, I was gonna
And
say.
yet, that is still not as bad as the shit you just said.
It just reminds me of that meme I sent twice earlier in the week where it's like one of those
Which
sticky
is
hands, and it's just like, could you imagine grabbing one of these off the nightstand? And then using one of these to grab a condom off the nightstand.
I'm just swirling it from my dick like a lasso.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of, it's weird coming off of fasting and like eating again like normal food, your body, you can feel your body like start back up again. It's really odd. So like earlier I ate some normal stuff cuz I'm going to eat later, and like my body just like it's almost like I'm pulling the cord on a gas engine. It's just like I start to feel things move.
Are you
It's
trying
weird.
to tell us you're horny? What is going on here?
No.
When I had
What does
gotten
this have
back,
to do with your cum?
I went back to carbs about 9 months ago, I guess, and no longer than that. And I remember having, and after a fast too, and I was like, okay, here's a big bowl of rice.
Yeah.
It's cheap. I'm gonna eat this. And then like an hour later, I was like bouncing off the fucking walls. I had like so much energy. I was like, like I was like running around in my apartment. I was blasting music. I was fucking dancing and shit. Like,
Bowl of rice
Like fucking Kevin
made you
from
gay.
Home Alone when he finds out he's alone. You just run around the house and blast it. Exit line.
I'm A4. I'm always alone. The shit.
meant-
That would have been a sad statement if it wasn't fucking funny. Thank you.
Just let's sit in that for a bit.
Now they feel as alone as you do. The listeners.
The shit definitely pushes out the farts, unless like you're really having a fart problem. You know, like you ate something that is not agreeing with you, and it's like bloating you up, and your body's like evacuate, and then it hurts you as it goes through, and then
Your
you're like.
body's like, execute
you're like-
order 66.
Then you're like, am I gonna, what's passing through me? Oh, it hurts. And then all you get is fart at the
I have
end.
never sounded so flamboyant when I've been sick.
Oh,
Oh my god!
it hurts.
Oh, heavens
my
to
ass.
Betsy. Oh. I'm about to paint the town brown, if you know what I'm saying.
What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm gonna agree with Joe though. I think the shit pushes the farts out.
I think we're all
I
in
agree.
agreement on that, except for
Yeah.
my Three Musketeers shit, but that's, you know.
That's the one, you know, when you put like a blender up your ass and you get it nice whipped.
No,
Like a
sometimes
nice
you just
whipped
get a shit that's
texture
like
to it.
frothy. It's got like air bubbles in it. Like,
Dude, that's like if I get diarrhea, I guess.
I don't like the term
It's
frothy
like-
with shit.
it's
bro.
like halfway
It's
between
gross.
diarrhea and solid shit. It's like the frozen rain of shit. Like, it's not quite snow, it's not quite rain. It's kind of halfway in
It's
between.
sheet. I'm gonna suggest you go to the doctor. That's
That does remind me of
Go get your ass
I guess
checked
I guess this was back when my diet was way worse. I'd like slipped on my driveway and fall on ice and fallen on like my side and like slipped a disc or something, and I had to go to the instant care place to
Drug
get, like,
dealer. I'm sorry.
No, the
Instant
fucking
care.
you know what I mean. And they had to
You
do
gotta
like
get
an
the stuff.
MRI or something on me to like check and make sure it was like my slip disc or whatever. And she was like, "Yeah, you slipped a disc. By the way, you have a lot of shit in your colon or whatever." Like, and I was
What?
like, "Yeah." Yeah, she just said, like, you're like really backed up. Like you have a lot of shit in there. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't shit a lot. I guess my diet was
like,
way
we're
worse
just-
back in
That's
2014.
why my back
2015.
hurts.
Yeah.
She's like, you didn't slip a disc. You're just full of shit.
No, I mean literally shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had fallen normally, that wouldn't have fucked up my spine. But because the shit was there, the fall pushed the shit and knocked my spine out of fucking
Your colon's
alignment.
like this. It's like that. It's
Yeah.
like all
It's like a
slipped
pendulum.
over.
So the poop actually pushes the parts of your spinal column out. To answer
Could
his
you-
question.
Could you imagine if you would have
Thank you.
fallen?
By the way,
and your colon just
Graug-
shit.
Graug is in the Twitch chat. He says it's soft serve shit. Thank you. That's exactly what I should have said. It's
No,
the Three
he's
Musketeers.
calling the show soft serve shit. He does not like the episode.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know,
Oh,
we're
man.
not going to tell you you're wrong. We're not going to tell you you're wrong.
It's gotta be me as Dante crying with shit flying out of my ass.
No, please don't do that. Please God.
I mean, we're already in the shitter on YouTube. Why not?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
fuck
thanks
it.
to Jake and his
Thanks,
F-word
Jake.
antics.
Yeah. Stupid
you know,
bastard.
dude, what you should have said to that nurse when she's like, "Yeah, your colon is full," you should have been like, "Are you flirting with me?"
Yeah.
I don't remember what I said.
Are you trying to put your
I don't think
finger
I
up
was
my
nearly that
ass?
funny back then.
Because I'll let you. Said A4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to ask twice. Yeah. Yeah, it
I have
is
nothing
weird,
to add to
though.
that.
It is weird fasting and like what happens to you when you go off of the fast. It's like strange. You can kind of feel your body like doing what it normally does. And I feel like I didn't notice it before because it's like you're just normal and eating and being a regular person. But when your body's starving and goes from that to like food hits it and it's like, oh yeah. And then it starts like back up again, like some engine that you've turned off, like a car that was off for a while. It's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to drive.
Does
Unless
that mean, like, if we gave like food to a starving Ethiopian kid, they would immediately turn into like a Knicks player?
yeah, probably.
something?
I think that's how they get their they're lower. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. What you can't do, though,
I don't actually get what Schweiss was trying to say there, and I
was going to say they're lower paid ones, but then I was like, I don't know.
They work for peanuts, quite literally.
Yeah.
I know nothing about Ethiopia, so
I know
There's
that I've joked that my diet is the Ethiopian diet, but if Spam were like the most generous company in the world and they would just airdrop cans of Spam.
Didn't we make a joke? Didn't at KuboCon? Didn't we make a joke about that? Because in like the first floor of the hotel where the convention was at, there was like an Ethiopian restaurant where we were like, "What's in an Ethiopian restaurant? Air?" Like,
yeah. It's just where you go when it's hot or when it's cold.
I love starving people jokes.
Yeah, it's good. No, now I just call it the cock diet, and I've moved to like pedo cock because like now I'm eating those little mini.
What the
what
fuck?
the fuck?
fuck are you saying right now?
I'm saying, look,
my lawyer told me not to talk anymore in this episode at all.
I'm just saying I like the little crunchy dills more. Because they're crunchy. I like crunchy pickles. I don't like the soft.
You gotta
Big
get them
ol'
young. That's when they're crunchy. That's when they get all flaccid.
And then you trade the spam. You trade the spam for fucking Vienna sausage, and then there you go. Now you get a red dot above your house.
Are your shits frosty? Vienna sausages and crunchy pickles. There's no way you have solid shits, bro. There's no way.
I don't when I'm doing it. I'm not doing the Vienna sausage though. I think it's about the same thing as spam though. Honestly, it might be even leaner though.
Twice gets a whole fucking plate of Vienna sausages and little baby dills and says, "Just like Boy Scout camp."
Yeah. So this is how it is to be on the other side. Yeah. That was a joke I said at work. I probably shouldn't have said that at work, but
If you think
What?
you're
What was
becoming
that?
Postmaster General after all
My
this,
lawyer told me to turn my camera off.
Yeah. If
but keep your mic on so we can hear you and your girlfriend chat for a minute.
yeah.
She was helping me fix it.
If we thought the last guy had a protest outside of his house, just you wait.
I don't know how we can I don't know how we're gonna beat the engaged community coming after us, but you're gonna find it.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Because you know what? No, that is funny. Because if they were to come after us for that shit, I would be like, guys, you look way more like you would not be allowed within 50 yards of a Boy Scout camp than any of us. So
I saw your
I'm
little.
just saying.
I saw your YouTube channel with you playing that whatever instrument thing. Gotta say, that screamed
ukulele,
Red
right?
Dot. Was it a ukulele? I think there was one where he
It
was
was like
doing
a
something
ukulele,
else.
accordion, kazoo, or something.
Yeah.
It was like a amalgamation of a few different instruments.
It was bizarre,
Yeah.
but we'll leave that thing alone.
Top 10 gayest instruments.
Yeah.
the
harmonica.
kazoo-
Watch Mojo.
Is it
go-
where you
you-
think it is?
the ukaxylophone kazoozoid.
What the fuck?
Number 2, the N-Gauge.
Is it a phone? Is it a game? Is it a taco? No one knows.
Is it good? No.
Can
I was
you?
trying to order an N-Gauge in my car, and I kept getting taken to the fucking login screen.
Yeah. We brought it back.
Yeah, let's call it a callback. You comedy people out there.
So yeah.
Don't call it a callback. I've been queer for years.
All right. What else we got?
It's 7:31. I thought you had a hard out.
Yeah.
I can go a couple more questions.
Alex is used to the disappointment.
Texas Roadhouse ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Schweiss, what's your schedule like right now?
Yes, please tell us your exact hours of work online for everyone to hear.
Do they check for pipe bomb for real?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, if we jostle it enough that it'll explode if we have one, so that's kind of a way of checking, I guess.
You're like, is there a bapu?
Yeah. So there was someone that brought me one. He's like, "Hey, this package looks kind of suspicious," and I was like, "Oh, did you try kicking it?" Fucking does. It just blows his leg off. I'm like, yeah, it was suspicious.
That's a bomb.
Yeah, you were right. As I'm tourniqueting his fucking spewing leg. So it's pretty brutal. I do 7:30 Monday, Tuesday, and right now Wednesday. And then I'm off Thursday night, so tonight. And then tomorrow I go in at 3 p.m. And then Saturday I go in at 10 a.m. And Sunday I go in at 10 a.m. And then I go back to 7:30 p.m.
I would go
Postal.
ape shit.
Bro, it's peak season, man. You don't fuck around with peak season, dude.
Yeah.
I used to work for FedEx as well, Zach.
That's right. You don't fuck around with peak season.
Yeah, I remember this stuff, but I did have it start at the same time every day.
I think that hard out is harding out.
Oh, no, it was
Okay.
Chase. He doesn't count.
Oh,
He's adopted.
He
doesn't know it yet.
Chase doesn't count.
Anyway, so it's
I like
rough.
how you said that in not a real whisper, but here we are.
It's
what
tough
if you tell
because-
him by playing this podcast for him?
Well, I have a much more traumatic way of doing it because I pay for work. So I'll do that eventually, and I'll tell you guys. But it's annoying, but at the same time, getting out early on Saturday and Sunday night is really nice because then I get to spend time with Alex and we watch Sopranos
You
or
do
whatever.
that still?
Yeah.
You cuddle up with all the kids and you put the Sopranos on. That's
Yeah.
family entertainment.
Hey,
10
man,
p.m.
I was trying to put you on the wait list at Texas Roadhouse, but I don't have your phone number, so I can't do that. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
damn. But so that part's kind of nice, and that's why I'm not complaining too much. But I don't know, man, because right now Alex is still off on maternity leave, so when she goes back to work, I don't
She
know.
already shot the baby out.
Yeah,
What other leave?
she gets 4 months paid, man.
Yeah, get that
God
paperwork.
damn, that fucking. See, that's the part of the glass ceiling they don't show you. What's on the other side of it?
Yeah, all the maternity leave.
It's a one-way glass ceiling. It's like a one-way mirror, and on the other side is all the benefits that they don't show you. It just looks like it's the sky up there.
Yeah, really, it's just
Yeah.
4 months off. But yeah, so I mean, I might be singing a different tune when that happens, and my sleep gets cut.
Oh, really? What tune? Tornado of Souls, or
Just a scream, one note scream.
Cannibal Corpse. Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of sucky, but I get paid a lot of money, so it's nice.
Okay.
Enough to buy 2 or 3 versions of Final Fantasy 16.
I don't
guess.
honestly. There might be 3 in there. Because I looked at the thing and it's like oh, you got the game, and then there's like another thing that's like an extra disc thing, and maybe that's just the collector's edition coming with like a separate steelbook. But I'm like,
how mad are you going to be when you find out it's the DVD that came with the steelbook for 12 all over, like repackaged?
Yeah. Sid in this game.
yeah. In this game, you could ride a chocobo.
Sid was a airship mechanic in Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. It's all I had back in the day before game trailers had their retrospective. So.
Yeah, I think we talked about this before, but game trailers retrospective was like way better than that DVD.
Oh yeah,
way better.
And then, like, before I got rid of my Steelbook, the PS2 one for 12, because I had the Zodiac Age, so I didn't really feel like I needed it anymore. I watched that DVD one more time just before I gave it away. And I was like, the thing where they interview the guy, and he's like, yeah, 12's combat system was inspired by American football. And I'm like, what? Like, since when?
Like, how many games did you watch? Like one?
Because there's lines coming out of people and going across. Yeah, like
what? Were you watching like the recap? Were you watching the? Because they don't have lines coming out of their heads pointing to their target. That kind of defeats the purpose.
Say
it's the license.
I will
system.
say, if Square made like if Square made like an American football RPG with like the active dimension battle system, that'd be fucking sick.
Yeah, you do not have license to tackle me today. It just gets away.
I had to set up my gambit so that anytime one of the enemy guys catches the ball, everyone just fucking guns for him immediately.
Yeah. Or we just take out the quarterback so hard he's injured every time. That's the gambit.
I set my quarterback's gambit so that whenever he runs out of stamina, he just pops a steroid.
Yeah, it's a Japanese NBA Street or whatever it is.
Yeah.
NBA or NFL.
It was Blitz the League.
Yeah, Blitz the League. That's right. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, guys.
I miss you, Schweiss. I haven't seen you and talked to you in forever because of your fucking schedule of ass.
Dude, I was on last week. No, the week
ass.
Before.
It's almost like Joe is in the realm of darkness with Mickey, and you need to find him.
Yeah,
dude, he's your power of friendship. You need to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, because you're not coming up, that's part of the problem. Although the winter is not great, so I would not recommend going anywhere.
Oh, is that I'm not coming up? I'm not coming up because you work on Saturdays, so we can't record at their normal time. You want me to come up on a Thursday? Then I have to go back down on a Thursday.
That's true.
It fucks it all up, Schweiss.
Yeah,
all of it.
So just keep holding on to your friendship fruit, your star fruit for him.
That's why
your Paw-Poo fruit.
It'll be
God,
okay.
Zach, learn the lore. Fuck.
Oh yeah, I don't play gay games.
It's salty and sweet.
Kingdom Hearts is not gay.
What am I going to do? Like, I'm going to have to take days off to record? That seems kind of extreme. I mean,
I would do it.
Yeah. I mean, I know you would, but I just got to get him to let me come in at night on the weekends. Because it's the same as...
What the fuck is that? Oh.
I don't know.
Essentially what he's saying, Joe, is he's giving up his time with Alex to work at night so we can record with you. So, feel special.
Rumblish says, admitted Kingdom Hearts is pretty gay, but it's a fun gay.
It's such a fun gay.
It's a pretty fun gay. I mean,
welcome to this
I've thought it was a fun
podcast.
gay since I was 12, so.
And that explains a lot, honestly.
The Nude Clan Video Gay Podcast.
The irony with Kingdom Hearts is it gets gayer as it goes on, but it also gets less fun. Except for Kingdom Hearts 2. It's like the only real
I was like,
which is like growing up.
I'm talking more about the Osaka team ones that come after, like Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance and shit like that.
I just hate Square's. I hate how much they put out. It's upsetting because then they just throw shit at the wall and wait for it to stick, and then we have to play it.
What, like World of Final Fantasy?
And then we have to play it all.
World of Final Fantasy.
And then you get those
down there.
Then you get those freaks who are like, that was the greatest game ever.
Yeah, like Type
I'm like,
Zero.
what the fuck?
The love online for Type Zero, I will never understand. Honestly, it's not a good game.
No, it's shit. Well, it's
It's
not
like
shit.
one person who just will
not
die on the hill that Comrades is amazing.
Hey, I'm
Next
playing.
time an Ultimate Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, I'm playing that again. I'm playing Comrades
Why?
again. I got to get the trophies, man. Eventually, Comrades
Dude.
is going to go offline, and then I'm going to be...
Nothing about your PlayStation wrap up was more disturbing than like Dissidia NT being like the number 4 most played game for you
Yeah,
this year.
still. Yeah. You know the sick part about that is I think I got the platinum in like January. So I played it that much in January that it's still up there.
That's terrifying.
What makes me sad is like I had this goal when I had Conan Exiles for like 2 or 3 straight years. I was like, I think Conan needs to be number 1 every year. And it's not even on there. It's not even on there this year.
It's 14, but that's just because of the show.
Well, we'll all be playing it as a group. So,
I mean, did you see my PlayStation wrap
get
up?
your
I had
Conan
like
back.
less than 50 hours played on my PS4 this year.
Yeah,
And most
same.
of that was Danganronpa.
Yeah, my number 1 game was Danganronpa, or on my Switch was Danganronpa, and I was like, no, fuck.
all right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to Nude Clan, who, according to Grumblish, is the only video game podcast. And maybe next time we could present Nude Clan presents top 10 gayest gays.
No, Gayest Games.
Oh, I'm sorry, gayest gays.
Oh my god.
Celeste!
Yeah, Celeste is number 1 with a
Celeste
bullet.
is definitely the gayest
The
gay.
Matrix Reloaded.
They're turning our games gay.
Don't you mean Enter the Matrix?
Yeah, Enter the Matrix, another trans allegory.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yee.
and the next actually I think the next After Dark should definitely be the top 10 gayest wars.
I'll do my research.
Oh, we're gonna get bombs.
Do your
shipped to our
research.
houses.
You need to know which ones are the actual gayest wars ever, dude.
I did like 40 hours of research and like actually
I-
come up with a legitimate list, and like I have
The number one
reasons to
gayest
back them all
war-
up.
The number 1 gayest war is the war on drugs. That's gonna be number 1.
Very true.
The war on drugs.
Sino-Japanese war. Super gay, but doesn't
Wait.
quite crack our top 10.
Yeah.
Now for dishonorable mention.
Yeah. And then it's like apples. It's like apples to apples. You're like, all right, which one? This one's funny, but this one's truly gay. So like, where does the funny begin and the gay end? You're like, I got to decide like how to weigh these two things. This one's actually gay, but the other one's a hilarious pick. So what do I do with this red card?
That's what ends up happening to me with Cards Against Humanity. I always lose Cards Against Humanity because my jokes are just too fucking brilliant for the person picking the card to
That's why
understand.
you lose.
Of course.
That's
Yeah.
why you lose.
Because
lose because you
calling
don't
the
play
cards
the
in Cards Against Humanity your joke is really interesting.
Yeah.
Look, for lack of a better classification in that context.
I still can't believe
I agree.
that game that we all played where I got in a world ravaged by blank. Blank is our only hope, and I had the Jews and the Holocaust, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
my fucking god. I could not believe it. That was amazing. I think Craig laughed for like, I think he's still laughing.
You played that card and you were like, my purpose in life is complete. I'm out. See
It
ya.
was like the stars aligned today.
You were living for that
And, like,
singular moment.
You play those cards, and then life rewinds itself back to when you crashed on your skateboard and hit your head. And it was all
No, Groog. People with room my temperature
And then I
IQs don't
wake
get
up.
high quality jokes. The problem is when I play cards and Cards Against Humanity, they're so high minded that they actually loop around horseshoe style back to being the stupidest fucking possible answer. So that's the problem.
Wow, I think that
think the
happens more
problem
often
is-
than you think.
It happens virtually my entire life. Yes.
Hey,
I
Florida,
did
you
so
put
good
on
on
your
the test, I got a fucking F.
I got 149% and they failed me.
Yeah, the teacher doesn't even know what they're doing. Like, fucking teacher's an idiot.
Yeah, that's fucking good.
Fucking
I'm so mad about that. I'm
grading cards,
actually
fucking
not mad
idiot.
anymore. I love the horseshoe theory.
All right, let's end this.
Yeah, thanks for hanging, guys. Until next time, live always in the nude.
Remember, doxing Jake is okay.
Walk with your Pedo cock held high.
I'm not gonna say anything to that.
I'm gonna have to bring a lawyer up.
Mankind has always been poised.
Give up on yourself.
I can't hear
Give
Joe.
up on the world.
No, you shut up! Starts to plan!
Dumbass. Kick logic out. Do the impossible. Remember that.
I'm glad I met you guys. You made me pick up on things I probably would have just gone on ignoring.
Don't believe in yourself. Believe in me. Believe in a Kamina who believes in you. Everybody deals with grief differently, right? Some people fuck at funerals. I cut off heads.